Here's what you need to know before you choose an agent to sell or let your home. Most estate agents, and they will not like hearing this, underestimate the importance and value of what they do for you. What do I mean? Most estate agents think that their job is to sell or let your home. And that's why most estate agents won't get you the maximum price possible for your home. The best estate agents, and they could work anywhere, they don't belong to any one particular brand, it's an individual to the right mindset. The best estate agents understand that their job is to maximize the value of your home. That means stopping at nothing to make sure they've got you the best possible price, whether they're selling or letting it for you. So why is it that most agents don't understand this? And by the way, if you're an agent watching this, please don't be offended. There are few jobs more difficult than being an estate agent or a lettings agent. It is an incredibly difficult job. It's an incredibly important job. What you do for your customers is of immense value. And you do the job under incredibly difficult circumstances. And I appreciate the value of what all agents do. Good, bad, indifferent, it doesn't matter. Whatever, if you work in a estate agency, I have profound respect for the way you earn your living. But that doesn't mean that you aren't missing a trick. And that doesn't mean that there aren't improvements that could be made. And the harsh truth is that selling or letting a home today is as painful as it ever was, possibly even worse. The advent of the internet and technology has done nothing to improve the experience for movers. So my entire campaign with BestAgent and Moving Home with Charlie is to try to get everyone to wake up to the fact that when you are moving house, if you want to avoid the typical poor experience, then as a mover, that comes down to you and your choice of agent. And if you choose a poor agent because you get seduced by promises of a high price and it's going to be really easy, we're just going to list it, get exposure, get buyers, and we're going to sell your house, understand that there is a 50% chance that won't happen if you just pick an average agent, okay? And if it doesn't happen, you will blame the agent, but you've got to remember that you chose that agent, right? Most estate agents think that it's okay that they only sell, on average, half of what they list. Either they're conscious of this fact and think it's okay and acceptable, or they just don't even realize that that's the case. But it is the case. Whereas the best estate agents, first of all, don't list stuff if they know they can't sell it. And secondly, stop at nothing to get the best price. Now that requires more skill, more experience, and harder work, and is why it's a false economy to choose a cheap agent. Because if you choose an agent because their fee is low, they do not have enough money to do the work necessary to get you the maximum price for your property. The fee shouldn't be up for discussion in your choice of agent, okay? If you end up making your choice of agent based on who charges the lowest fee, you're almost certainly down for a bad experience. I am not trying to shame anybody or upset anyone or offend anyone when it comes to calling out agents, because all of you are doing a difficult job. And I know that in your mind, if you get a price that your client accepts, then you've done an okay job. But if you're taking on instructions that you aren't selling and then blaming the vendor for being greedy, that's not fair. A first-time seller especially is not being greedy when they're aspiring to move on to a nicer home. Okay? And if they instruct you because you sold them the dream that they're going to be able to afford their dream home based on the valuation that you gave them to get their business, then you're leading them down the garden path, you're wasting their time, and you are costing them the opportunity of moving on sooner. And I know a lot of perfectly good agents who do this because they say to themselves, if I don't do that, I don't win any business. And I get that. That is a dilemma a lot of agents face. If I don't tell the vendor what they want to hear, they're not going to instruct me and I won't be able to make a living. That's a fair point. And that's a fair problem. And that is why I'm trying to educate or inform movers so that they understand that their choice of agent should not be based on who gives them the highest valuation, because that's likely to lead them into trouble. Their choice of agent should be based on who gives them the most compelling proposition about what exactly they will do to make sure that they achieve the best possible price, how they'll maximize the value of your home in the shortest possible time. So we've just done an experiment and we openly invited 18 agents to value a property that is coming onto the market, almost certainly coming onto the market. And we've got a transcript of every single pitch of the 11 pitches that happened. And only 3 of those 11 agents talked about maximizing the price. The other ones showed no sign of understanding that that was what their job was. Now, the other 8 agents were very nice, very professional, very friendly, trustworthy agents who were saying what they thought was possible. But when asked exactly how they would go about achieving the maximum possible price, some of them didn't have an answer or said, well, we just get as much exposure as we can and then we get some offers. Hopefully was the word they were not saying, but obviously that's their strategy. This doesn't make them bad agents. It means that they are underestimating the importance of the task at hand and underestimating what's possible. And I'm sorry, anyone who's questioning my qualifications to make observations on this, I have objectively and impartially observed estate agents in close quarters for a very long time. And I have seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the great. I've seen how it works. And it can happen at any level of the market. It doesn't matter what the price range is. So let me wrap up this video with this observation. Most agents, and I would say I'm talking about 2/3 to 3/4 of all agents, are totally oblivious to the fact that their job is the maximization of the value of their client's property, not just achieving a sale the client is happy with. The fact that the client may be happy with the sale doesn't mean that you've done a good job, because if the client could have got more money and didn't because they accepted the offer you got them, they've sold their property short and you've let them down. Now, my only mission here is to try to help everyone on both sides of this, movers and agents, understand that there's a better way. And when people do start to understand that, everybody will win. There'll be fewer lost instructions, there'll be more sales achieved on the first agent instructed, and higher prices will be achieved for property, and higher fees will be achieved for those agents that deliver that. Let me know what your thoughts and comments are. But I truly am impartial, and I promise you this is the way to make things better. If you are thinking of selling or letting your home and don't know how to go about finding that agent, go to bestagent.co.uk, put your details in there, and you'll be a big step closer to finding the right agent for you. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video. Bye-bye. Well done.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be your host today, Samantha Westlake.